Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Antiques. And we got the crews here in the station ready to go. And
the gang's all here.
Yeah, the gang's all here. And if you have any questions during the program or my comments, you feel free to call us at 728-1320. And
we'll make something up.
Well, yeah, we got expert maker-uppers here.
Yeah, we all made it through Christmas, and we're bright and shiny and cheerful this morning, and everybody's ready to go.
You know,
I
have a page, you know, a Facebook page, and if anybody out there's got I noticed that a gentleman sent me a picture of a bottle. It's a sign. It's let's see what it is. Triple A root beer. So
I've never heard of that.
Well, I hadn't either. And then another guy put on my Facebook. He's having an auction. So if any of you have any pictures of signs or anything old that you've got, I'd love for you to come to my Facebook and post it. What do you think, Howard?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hey, now I'm gonna tell you something. You know, today we're gonna go. He finally brought his camera, and we're going today to get our picture took because we're putting this up a 4x8 sign out right behind Jiffy Burger.
4-inch by 8
4 foot by 8 foot.
Yeah, I don't think you can see 4 inches by 8
yeah, but
inches.
I mean, a picture of us that big would be kind of scary to folks.
Hey, look at
Well,
that.
if that'd scare them, I might make it a 8 by 8.
And you're going to be front and center.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Back row.
No.
Now, there's enough room, since there's only 4 of us, I think we can all be on the front row.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could all be like, hold our arms out like this, and he could lay across our arms.
There you go.
What do you think,
about
Howard?
that?
I'm not so sure about that.
Now, I call that creative.
Yeah.
Now, you do know that when he takes the picture stuff, he photoshops.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. He does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you better not hope so, because no telling what he
Well,
he could put a mini skirt on you.
But wait a minute. I noticed.
A mini skirt.
Flying in our arms.
Well,
You don't want a mini skirt.
no, not this time of year anyway. But I did notice something on Facebook. I guess somebody put the Facebook thing about this program, and the fact that it was going to be on TV and all that stuff. I won't, So, but I've noticed that the only thing you see of me is my bald spot.
Well,
I'm thinking about wearing a hat to cut down on the glare.
We'll start shooting with 2 cameras. We'll put one back here and one
Yeah,
back there.
if you're going to be an editor, you need more than one camera.
Yeah.
Can you
He's
shoot
got
two-
more. He's
two
got.
cameras?
He has.
Hey,
We're
Howard,
not
I tell you what
set
we
up
could
for
do.
And I've got
We
another
could get
tripod.
we could get a life mask made of you. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Put it
yeah.
on the back of your
And
head.
then you can put it on the back of your head, and then I'll think you're looking at the camera all
All
the time.
right, that's an idea.
Or a mirror, like right here.
Yeah, you want a mirror? We
That
could
might
put a
break
mirror.
your
Hey, I've got a few antique mirrors. Would that work?
I believe you do.
Of course, he has antique mirrors.
All right. So, Ronnie, what are we talking about today?
We are going to talk about something that is really, really interesting, and we ain't really talked about it a lot. We've hit on it. But model cars, when I was a kid, I loved building model cars. And they had a booking hobby store up here, and I had like a big kit with all kinds of paints and the glues and the hobby knives and all that stuff. And I was really into it. And I had a magnifier that I used to put them together. But we're going to talk about those. I'm sorry.
Boy,
I got excited. I got just thinking about
Because
it.
you're excited about it.
You're talking about McMahon's bookstore, booking hobby
Yeah.
store.
And I'm from Cleveland, Tennessee. We had the hobby shop there, and me and my brother spent a lot of time buying models and model rockets there.
That's how about model rockets.
Ships.
I had the
We used to build
launchers and
ships,
everything.
and, cars, and everything. You could get model kits on everything, even trains and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Now, you said that there's not a lot of that around no more, right?
you don't see them like you
Well,
used
if you go into like Walmart,
Yeah.
they used to have a big section of model
They got a
stuff.
whole row.
A
of
whole
models.
big
They
row,
used to-
and if they have any, I'm not even sure if they have any. I haven't really been back in the
I
toy
was up-
department,
I was
but
up-
they don't have hardly any, if any. The only place I have seen some lately was, like I said earlier, it was Ollie's in Tullahoma, and I think they bought out some store, and they had a big table full of models.
When Hastings was in Tullahoma, they had model cars, and
Yeah.
they had a row of those.
Well,
So,
after we get through today, they might enough people go out there at Walmart. They might start putting some more models in.
Yeah.
But I don't
See
think
what
kids
these
build
things
them
are.
like. I don't think kids are into that. They're so tied up with their video games. They don't.
You don't build them. You just buy the boxes and put them back away for 50 years and sell them.
Yeah.
No, I did.
That's
I
what
wish
we
I
do.
had.
That's what we do.
We actually, you remember when the movie Thunder Road come on? He had that 57 Ford.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to the down store and we bought those cars, you know, the 57 Ford, and we built it just like Thunder Road. And of course, we crashed ours and set it on fire. You know, all the good stuff like you would a regular.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But you
Well,
I wonder why. I wonder if dealers still have dealer promos.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
And you know, those things were designed by the guys that designed the actual cars. It was really a big deal.
Now I had several of those.
Well,
at
you
one
had a
time.
Henry J worth about $170.
Well, that's a model kit.
Yeah.
But the dealer cars or promo cars or whatever you want to call them. My dad, what was that? A 56? No, 60. Early 60s, I guess it was. Rambler. He bought, and the dealer gave him a model car. Now he bought a station wagon, but they gave him a sedan.
Yeah.
And we had one of those, and I think I gave those to my son. He has. They're not here though at the station. They're home and.
You know, and those things are still laying around everywhere. I
Yeah,
mean,
and-
there's model car. People ain't
But
thought about it.
another little interesting story. When this would have been in the 60s, I guess. Anyway, well, there was a cereal box. I was at my grandparents.
Yeah.
And the Cheerios or one of those, you know. And I'm looking on there and it said, you cut this little tag out and mail it in.
Yeah.
You got into a sweepstakes to win one of those little promo cars, and it was a Ford. And I forget what year now. It's been so many years ago. They're still around here somewhere. So I clipped out a thing and did like a couple of months went by, and I get this thing in the box comes in the mail, and it's a model car. It says, "You won."
Oh, wow.
Cool.
That's cool as heck.
And about 3 weeks later, I get another one. I think I won 4 cars.
That's
Wow.
cool as heck.
And they're around here. I think I gave those.
Were they all Fords?
And they were either Ford or Chevys.
You
They
need
were
to find
they were
those.
convertibles. I remember that. It's been so long ago, and I haven't seen them in a while. They've been but I think Rob has those too.
Well, you need to get to looking for them things.
They're probably worth a lot of money.
a lot.
You know, Charlie Lubin gave me a couple of Ford. I can't remember what they are. They're at the restaurant up there. We have a Charlie Lubin display, but he gave me a couple of Ford promos, and they're up there in the display. Hey, you said that the designer that designed the cars designed the promo cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They designed
Well,
them too.
You know, in the early '50s, like '56, matter of fact, there was a guy's name that his last name was Ford, but he wasn't kin to the Ford Motor Company group. But he actually done those power cars. You know, they're probably a good 6 foot long, and they were powered by a Ford starter and battery.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But they looked just like the first ones he did was a '55 or '6 Thunderbird.
Wow.
And then, he just kept doing them.
Hey, you had
Matter of
one
fact,
of
I
those.
had,
Them
well,
things
now,
fly.
John Hirschman's got it now.
Does he?
Yeah. But think about it, it's powered by a Ford starter.
Yeah, they make a
And
good
so
one.
when the little kid would go with his dad to buy his new Ford, there on the showroom floor was that car for the kid.
Yeah, I don't think they gave those away though.
No, you had to buy them.
You had to
But
buy
you
those.
know,
But
they-
they-
Matter of fact, he went on and he produced them on up into, I'm going to say close to 70, but he actually started doing the Chryslers. And I've got, you remember Christine? That car, Christine?
Yeah, from the movie.
In the movie?
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
one-
yeah.
Well, I actually got that dealer car.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It's cool.
I had the Thunderbird, the 57 Thunderbird, and John Hirschman swapped me out of it because he has a 57 Thunderbird
Uh-huh.
with like 28,000
Hey,
actual
we got
miles.
a
We got a call? All
Oh.
right. Rob's waving his arm. I mean,
All
that-
right, let's see who we
That
got on
means
the phone
something.
line here. You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Hey, hello.
You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Okay, y'all talking about promotions and stuff.
Yeah.
I got it back in 68, 69 from the Chevrolet dealer. A 45 record has got promoting the Camaro, I think, 69, maybe 70, somewhere along in there. When they first come out, it's got a songs about Camaro on one side, and I think it's the Monte Carlo on the other side.
That is really cool as heck.
Yeah, they used to do that. They had records that they gave away. And then later they had a little cassette tape that was in some of the cars. It was
really?
Yeah.
I remember my grandparents buying a Cadillac and getting an 8-track tape.
An 8-track. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, now, wasn't you, aren't you a retired colonel or something in the Army?
No.
No, you was a Navy guy, not an Army.
I'm a Navy guy.
Yeah, now, what rank was you, like a rear admiral or something, or what rank?
No, you must be talking to one of my Marine buddies.
But I'll tell you one thing, if a veteran's got any problems here in Coffee County, this gentleman here can take care of them.
Oh, really?
You still doing that, aren't you?
Oh, shoot, yeah. I'll be doing it until they prop me in the corner. Still try to get it done.
You'll be doing it till somebody has to help you, right?
Well, yeah, it gets to that point. But
Hey, by the way, just to let you know, that Florida tag, it looks so good up on the wall.
yeah, I know.
I mean, even though it took you 5 years to find it, it still looks good.
Yeah, well, you got that. Oh shoot, that
What?
Kentucky Derby thing too.
Oh yeah.
That was neat.
Yeah.
That's good by going to auctions. You find things like that.
Yeah. I don't think your wife wants you to go to no auction, bring no more stuff home though.
You don't go to auction with David. He'll have you bringing all kinds of stuff home.
Hey, now what did they used to call you? $1? Is that what you said they used to call you?
Yeah, I had one auctioneer threatening to shoot my finger off.
Yeah, $1, Howard. That's what they used to call him. He'd start no matter what it was. It'd be $1.
David'd be sitting there saying, "Hit it again, hit it again, hit it one more time."
Hey,
Yeah.
one time Ronnie and I went to a flea market down in Alabama. We had to rent a U-Haul truck to bring all his stuff back. And I was sitting there telling him, don't buy it, you know. I was trying to talk him out of
it. Hit it again.
All right, you have a good day.
Yeah, you too. And if, I'll look in my pack of 45s, there, my big box there of 45 records, and see if I can't hunt that thing up.
Yeah,
Hey, that'd be good. Hey, if you do, bring it up here and Howard can play it on his swap and shop break.
Okay.
All righty.
It's two-sided now.
That's neat.
I did a search and
All right, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I came up with some eBay vinyls of some radio commercials, like 1964 Oldsmobile dealer radio commercials, an LP of those that's going for $66, but nothing exactly like that. So.
Now we were talking about those designers a while ago, David.
How much time we got, Howard?
Oh, what time is it?
It's about 15 after.
I got about a minute or two.
I'll tell you what, let's take the break and then we'll get back and we can
I'll
talk
tell you
about
about
all
Ed Ross and the rat things.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah, well, we can do that.
All right.
We'll be right
Hey,
back
be
here.
sure to comb your hair down. You got to get your picture taken
I know.
today.
All right, take care.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hey everybody, we're back with Talking Antiques, and the number here is 728-1320.
All right, fellas, we're back. We're back, according to Max.
Yeah, we're back and
Well, he hadn't been wrong.
No, he's not wrong too often, is he?
yeah, before
Only time he
we,
was ever wrong, Harris, one time he thought he was.
And he really wasn't.
He really would.
Okay, so when we left, you had looked up some dealer commercials.
Yeah,
Okay,
true.
You got them? And then
yeah,
Ronnie
just
had something to chime in about.
That's okay. I can chime in at any
I
time.
might have already closed that tab. Sorry.
Well,
Hold me back.
I did. Okay.
Will you hurry up?
Yeah, I'd moved on.
Well, you're not supposed to move on. We said we was going to wait.
But anyway,
Okay. All right. Well, let me throw
Here
in
we
that
go.
You got it?
I called Keith Barnett because I would do commercials with him, and he said that they don't do the promo cars anymore that we were talking about.
Or he hasn't seen any.
Yeah. So
But now,
course.
they have like 3 or 4 different dealerships. So
Of course, we know they don't do them on vinyl anymore.
probably not.
Well, they might, because they're starting to turn out some vinyl.
So you've got some that actually sold on eBay, right?
Yeah. I
You had
pulled
some
up
more than
different
that a while
one.
ago.
Yeah.
You was talking about Oldsmobile.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of cool here though. This is a 4 LP lot with colored vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
Early '60s Chevrolet dealer radio promos. Only sold for $18, and another one of them with the same sold for $15. There's something you could jump in on.
Yeah.
You know.
If you want to start collecting some, that'd be a cheap
Yeah.
way to.
To get started, yeah.
But you had something. You must have typed it in different because you
Yeah.
actually
Get
had.
some high dollar ones up there, $60 ones a while ago. So what's for a Plymouth or something on
hang on.
$60?
I think maybe it was.
All right, we're hanging, but you know we can't have dead air on the radio.
I'm mumbling. At least I'm mumbling
Well,
while I'm
I'm
going.
fixing
here
to
we go.
jump in if you don't find it.
So what you got there?
Nothing.
I mean,
No.
you do have records, but it's
They're
nothing.
records. They're not what we're looking for, though. All right, Ronnie, go to it. I'll look up all
Well,
that.
anyway, we were talking about the actual car designers designing the models, and Ed Roth, the guy that he was a hot rod builder back in the late 50s and 60s, and
Right.
in 63 he went to work. 62 he went to work for Revell, designing cars for them, and he was famous for the rat pink hot rod. And then another guy that worked there named Jim Keeler, then he started doing Ed Ross cars, making models of those.
And you
So,
said one of them was a dragster, right?
Yeah, the Red Ross dragsters. Keeler done Ed's, and Ed done other cars, But those were just a couple that came to mind there.
Yeah.
I saw earlier. But now there were a lot of the designers for Ford, and they actually done concept cars, models that were concept cars. Those would be worth a lot of money nowadays.
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably.
Howard,
Concepts.
that's another one he's talking about, Reveal. But we
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about AMT.
Yeah.
And Earl, and there was a bunch
Yeah,
of-
but I think Ertl come in later. When we was growing up, there wasn't no Ertl, was it? There was
No, that
They
was
were the Reveals and the AMTs.
AMT. AMT was big. Monogram or something like that was
and,
big.
And I tell you what, I was talking earlier. These companies up here, the big companies, when they got ready to retool and do a new model, they would sell their ties to these smaller foreign countries, and they would make them with those same dies under different names. And some of them were, they said, were like crappy, had bad paint, but some of them were better than the originals.
Now you're talking about models,
Yeah, models.
but I'm
talking
gonna tell
about
you
models.
what, like China's doing. They're taking like the Land Rover. They're actually copying it to the T, and they give it a new name.
Yeah.
So they're actually over. They're copying real vehicles,
Well,
$5 vehicles.
they do that with they steal everything we got.
Right. That's what's
They-
part
they-
of the
they
problem
stole
with the
the country
tariffs
blind,
is.
Yeah, a big problem.
And
it's one of
That's why
reasons for
the one lady got snatched up. What was she?
she got arrested in Canada. She's
Yeah.
a Huawei, or how you
Yeah,
pronounce
I
that?
can't-
Japanese,
yeah.
Chinese electronic company.
But anyway,
That,
think about
yeah.
that. Here's some of these $high luxury cars, and they're over there copying them, just putting another name on 'em over in
Yeah,
China.
just outright theft.
Yeah, that's all it
and
is.
Just, government backed.
So there you are. The Land Rover. They can forget selling a Land Rover or whatever else over there
Yeah.
that they've copied,
Yeah.
They don't have research, development, design.
They don't have to.
No.
They have no cost in there.
And and when these
gotta
companies
buy
want
one.
to actually build over there,
He made a point.
You got to buy one
Their
to
biggest
copy
cost is
it.
buying one.
yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have to. They don't pay royalties on that
Yeah,
use
yeah.
of that
Here's
patent
the
or
thing.
that knowledge. See, and that's
When those companies want to manufacture in China, the ones that actually do build them to start with, they make them give up copyrights.
well, yeah. You to open a
Their
factory.
technology, you
Yeah,
have to
to
give
open
up
a
your
factory
technology.
in Japan. Let's say you make a product here in China. I mean,
In China,
you
yes.
have to go over there and give up the rights to all this stuff,
would-
and then the government owns like 52% of the company you have to set up, so you don't have any say so in the running of it really. I don't know.
I mean, it may be a huge market, yeah, but I don't think I'd give up my technology to them.
I think a lot of them made a mistake, and now they wish they had.
Yes.
To be honest with you.
They actually have, because now they'll sell, like $1,000 phone for $200 or $300.
Yeah. And it's it's an exact copy of a
Yeah, it's
$1,000
an exact
phone.
copy. Which would you buy? Huh? So what'd you find us, Philip?
I didn't find any. I couldn't find my search again.
Well,
so.
you've got.
do
you've
have,
got a little thing there
but I
on
do
the-
have
on
some
the Collectors Weekly.
Well, yeah, I've got some dealer promo cars here
Okay.
too. I've got a vintage 1941 Buick 4-door sedan fastback pot metal dealer promo car, and the dealer promo cars were 1/25th size. 22 bids on this one, and it doesn't look fancy at all.
22 bids.
22 bids, $593. It's also the oldest one that comes up.
Hey, hang on to that just a minute. We was talking about copycat cars.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some that China. So China's got one. It's called the Liffen 320, and what it really is the Mini.
Yeah.
So they took a Mini and a Mini Cooper,
Yeah.
and made that. And then here's a Landwind X7. Guess what it is?
Land Rover.
The Range Rover.
Oh, Range Rover. Okay.
I mean, look at there. I mean, we're looking at it,
Yeah.
and look at the
You buy it brand new for $14,000.
yeah.
Wow.
Now this here's a Shogun SCEO. It's really a BMW X5.
I'll be done.
Now think about this. They don't have to do no research. Oh, here's a high dollar car. They call this a CH Auto what? Lithia?
Sure.
Okay. It's an Audi R8.
Howdy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be done.
Okay, here's another one. A Geely Beauty Leopard. It's a Hyundai Coupe.
They got every company over there and
Some
do the
kind
same
of
thing to
something
all of them.
Ranger X. It's really a Tesla S that they've copied.
They've copied it. Yeah.
Now we're talking about
Now,
copying a whole
Now
vehicle.
Tesla
Yeah.
has actually public sourced their patents and to encourage other people
Open source
to
them, yeah.
open source them,
Yeah,
to
open
source.
so that you can copy their cars if you want to.
just like Google's
Yeah,
doing with their AI
they
software.
actually allow you to
Really?
because they believe in the electric cars
They
that
make
much.
them better.
Well, here's
Yeah,
a smart car that they've copied. Let's see what this one
That's
is.
the first one I've seen of it though.
Here's an Astro Martin that they've copied. Here's a Range Rover, a different style that they copied. Here is a Kia that they copied. Let's see here what this one is. Mercedes-Benz C-Class that they copied.
BYD instead of BMW.
Yeah.
It's nearly the same.
That's
nearly the
Yeah.
same logo.
Now think
They're
about.
really creative, I tell you.
Well, you know what though? They got the right idea. Why spend all the money on research development when all you got to do is steal it?
Right.
That's a big cost.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
With
See?
everything.
Yes.
And
You're right.
And we encourage it because we're looking for a low price on an item, so we'll buy that cheap knockoff rather than the original.
But,
And
that cheap knockoff is just that. It's made with substandard materials.
sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they
but
are.
sometimes they do make good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll give
You know what? I bought some coins one time, and this guy said, "You better be really careful." Said China, silver dollars. said China is
making our silver dollar
Uh,
counterfeit.
the old ones.
The old ones.
And see, this is what we're talking about on this show too, just from those vehicles. But they're actually India and a lot of the other places, and I've said it before on the show, but they're actually doing the old signs because they have our old equipment that we used to have
Our old
that
guys,
we got
they
rid
stamped
of.
them out
Right.
with
And
stuff.
so they're making a fortune making
Right.
those old style signs that look just like the originals. And they're even putting chips on them, and I mean, it's bad.
Do they have the
Making them
bullet
look
holes
old.
too?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do all that stuff.
Distressed.
Yeah, can if they want. If it's what you want, we'll
If you
do
want a
it.
bullet hole, they'll do it.
Yeah. You buy
There
them
you go.
pre-distressed.
All right, so back to our promo.
Yeah, what's our promo card?
But, you know, so I'm sure if I was a promo market,
There
they
you
would
go.
be doing
Like,
that.
yeah.
Well, according to these prices on eBay, there's a vintage AMT 1966
Well, they
Corvette
kill pedal
Stingray. Yeah. Red. This is 2 bids on that, but it went for $500 still.
Wow.
$500.
I'm gonna have to look at this stuff. I'm
Yeah.
slipping up.
You need to find them that you've
Yeah.
got.
Here's
You
a
let your son
WinMac
have.
AMF 1967 Ford Mustang dealer promo, still in the original packaging. They were wanting $300, and they got pretty close to that, somewhere probably around $250, $275. Here's a 1971 Dodge Challenger dealer RT dealer promo car, purple. Very nice condition, they say. 8 bids on that, $237.50.
Wow.
Here's a 62 Chevy pickup dealer promo, cardinal red with the original box. 36 bids, $235.
My goodness. They probably cost $3 or $4.
I was sitting there thinking the same thing when he was talking.
You know, that's pretty good return on investment.
Here's a vintage Weeking 1/40th size dealer promo Volkswagen Beetle with no windows but painted. 10 bids, $202. 73 Corvette Coupe, medium bright blue with box, excellent condition. 1 bid, $175. It's got on the box. It says it's got the Chevy logo. It says "Building a better way to see the USA."
That
Hey.
was their slogan, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Hey, so here's the deal. You was talking about the promos. It said a decrease in demand for promotionals occurred in the 70s. And the model building and bicycle riding was replaced by video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said, so there's a company now that started in the 80s reissuing the promos,
Oh, okay.
which there must be a small niche. It'd have to be people, Howard, like our age that's
Wanting
into the car business.
into the, yeah.
You know,
It's about time for us to take another quick
and,
break
and then
here.
we'll get to some more
Yeah.
promos.
Yeah, we'll go.
okay.
Okay. Be right back, folks.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back again, folks.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about starting a used model car lot. You know, instead of selling
What do you think on
car,
that?
we'll sell models.
BR, was it BR
549.
4449 or
Used
44?
No,
We are
549.
No,
549.
fine. Okay, 549.
Yeah, we could have a car lot and just sell models.
Yeah.
Probably
So-
make just as much as you would off some
So-
real cars.
You've actually got a promo there with the box.
Yeah. A 1960s Ford truck F-131 dealer promo car.
Wow.
So 4 bids on that is $177.
See?
You got a 67 Dodge Charger with a 426 Hemi. Promotional model in excellent condition. 3 bids, $163.
You know that thing will run with that Hemi in it.
That Dodge Charger had come out in '66. You remember, Howard?
Yeah.
And everybody thought, boy, that's a wild looking car.
Yeah.
And what was it? That was some kind of that was a Marlin or some kind of copy that had that fastback. Wasn't it?
Well, the AMC had the Marlin.
And it kinda had that fastback
It had a
look.
fastback look. And you could get the 327 V8 in it. It was pretty hot, but not like the Charger.
Wouldn't catch the 383 or whatever.
But you know, you can get different engines. You can change your
Yeah.
engines out.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Change your wheels out and put ground effects on them, body kits. Take your old models and make them into a different car.
And here's the newest thing I've found on here is a mini craft. It's a 213 Hyundai Equus. Centennial dealer promo.
Oh, really?
For U.S. dealers. One bid at $140, which is probably about what they charge the dealers for these, or do they give them to them?
No, I say they sell them.
I'd say they sell them to them. So
Yeah, they buy them by the case.
I think so, yeah.
I'd say nowadays $140 is probably pretty close to what they paid for it.
Or 62. Check that body out right there.
A 66 Mercury Comet Cyclone Indy 500 pace car.
Oh.
Dealer promo top. It's the top of the body only. Doesn't have the chassis.
Yeah.
19 bids, $155.
Just part of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like regular cars, you know.
Well, you know.
What's that other boxed up piece?
That one is a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Oh.
It doesn't say what
It's a
year it
turbo car.
is.
I had one.
And
of
it's
those.
still in the box. 1/6 size red dealer promo car, rear end box, $150. You got a 55 Chevy Bel Air. Nobody cares about Bel Air. That went for it's been played with a little bit. It's got a couple scratches on them. 23 bids on that for $132.
Well, that's still not bad.
What was that color they called that Chevrolet color? It was it looked pink to me, but it wasn't. They called it some other name.
This is
Was
pink
it
and gray.
Rose something?
I don't know. Maybe somebody
I
listened.
know they had seafoam green.
Seafoam green.
But that pink is some kind of.
Yeah, it's
not really pink.
like a rose or.
Yeah, on the listing here they call it pink.
Yeah, it's still pink.
Well,
But it's not. I mean, they actually have a name for that color, which I never liked.
There's another Beetle here. It doesn't. They don't have. It says early '60s promo. 19 bids for $132.50.
So we know it's newer than what year they quit doing the split windshield? This is the full windshield, like in the early '60s.
Yeah.
They had
At one time, I could have told you stuff like that. But I don't,
you was the Beetle
You was
man.
the
at that
Volkswagen
time.
man.
No, I was
Van.
Volkswagen Van was my.
Oh,
my
wow.
thing. Yeah,
You had
What?
one-
Do you have a 23 window or
Yeah.
whatever? it is?
I had a '70 Westphalia.
A Westphalia.
The hippie van, you know.
Hippie van with tie-dyed in the windows
Yeah.
and curtains. Yeah,
Should've
it's
kept
cool.
that.
Yeah,
You could
that's,
take it to Bonnaroo.
Yeah, that's what I drove it to some Grateful Dead shows back in college, and I even drove it back and forth to Florida. And
Wow.
When I went to Naples, Florida, my grandparents had a place in Naples, and when I was in college, you know, your free vacation at your grandparents' place.
Right.
So the starter went out on the way down. So me and my wife at the time had to push it off every time we would stop, and we were the only car in Naples, Florida, that was getting pushed off in the parking lot every time.
Well, what was it you said you had it down pat that there was a few parts you kept in stock all the time that would break down? You could just fix it on the side of the road.
Oh yeah, well the wheel fell off one time going over Monteagle Mountain about a quarter mile from the top, and I put the wheel back on. I like midnight. It was coming back from rear driver's side.
Wow.
Rear
Off the
driver's
mountain.
side, and it was right when we came back from Florida. And about midnight, and I put the wheel back on. I was really proud of myself, and then the battery was dead, and I had to roll it off backwards going down Monteagle Mountain.
Wow.
What made the wheel come off? Did you not have the lug nuts tight?
No, the threads on the axle actually stripped.
Oh boy.
So that all that did was get me up to the exit or the rest area on the top of the mountain, then it fell off again. But
I had a one-
at least then I was at the rest
you were,
area.
yeah, you were off the main road.
Yeah.
I had a 1-ton Ford. The axle come out from under, the back axle come out from under that thing, just straight out, and you could see the axle and all just rolling down the hill.
Yeah, Fords were notorious in the 50s for breaking the axle on the cars.
Yeah.
Well, this one wasn't broke. I just had it worked on, and it was.
Oh, well, I had a 50 Ford. Yeah, a 50 Ford. And it pulled up to a traffic light, been running great. So the light changed, and I let the clutch out, and I heard this thing go, ting! And I just sat there, and of course I broke the axle, and it wasn't positive traction. We didn't go anywhere. I had to push the car off the side of the road. And
Was that a 2-door or 4-door car?
it was a 2-door.
That's a nice little car.
That was a nice
Today.
one.
No, let's see.
Had
They
a
made
little
that,
it had the little flathead V8 in it.
they made that body style like from 49 to 51.
Yeah. You could tell by the grill and the door
Yeah.
handles.
Well,
what
the
year it was.
49 was more flat in the back, wasn't it? And
Well,
the
about the
50
same.
and 51. Well, there was a little bit of difference in the rear window, wasn't it?
49 and the 50 had one spinner in the front in the grill, and the 51 I think had two littler ones, and the 49 had pull door handles, and 50 and 51 you had the push button.
Wow.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think they were pretty much the
Yeah.
same. Pretty much, anyway.
Yeah. I still have nightmares of my Volkswagen and me trying to
Back down the-
standing on the
down the
brakes
mountain.
and going through an intersection.
Oh.
The brakes are just horrible in that thing. And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
always terrified of big intersections and stuff. And at every once in a while you just have to push more than you should have to push.
Well,
to
some
stop
of those
that
old
car.
cars that I had when I was a kid, the master cylinder would go bad, but you didn't have the money to fix it, so you'd prepare to stop, so you had to pump it, and you'd stop. So, But every once in a while, something would happen real quick, and you push it, and the brake go all the way forward, and you were going about 30 mile an hour, and immediately you were going 100 miles.
A lot of them old ones, they didn't have power brakes, I remember back, the question was, it got power brakes on it? It got power brakes.
Well, look what we got here. Chrysler, a 66
Back to the model.
2-door hardtop, 300
Same
model.
difference.
Yeah, that's
Another
too
thing
much
they don't have
detail
no
for
more.
me.
It's
What's that?
2-door hardtops.
No.
Yeah.
If you get a 2-door car, it's not a hardtop. It's really a post because you remember they made the 2-door post.
Yeah.
The 2-door hardtop, you could actually roll down the windows, and it would be completely open.
Completely open.
Yeah.
They don't make
I
that.
didn't notice
It-
that.
Oh, we got
talk.
another call coming in
call.
here, folks.
Yeah.
Let's see who we got
Well,
here.
that was 42 bids at $125 for that one.
For the 300?
Yeah.
All right. You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Yes, sir. My brother, I think, might have called in about a week ago and was trying to tell you about what I had. I got two 83 Dodge Rampage cars. They're like a little local Camino, sort of.
Yep.
And I was trying to figure out if they was worth anything. They're in pretty good shape.
See,
Running, driving.
We searched for them and we couldn't find.
I
Nobody's
thought- I
selling
thought-
any.
I thought you found some for like 2,500.
You found a couple.
Yeah, I found a couple, but
On
they weren't
eBay.
on. They weren't on eBay. They were somewhere else.
Oh, they were somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I, as I say, it's rare enough to where they're not really changing hands on eBay.
Really?
Yeah.
You might ought to hang on to that. You might have something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I would
Yeah,
hang on.
they're 83 models is what they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well, if we can find anything, let's see. We found a couple that had sold for around $2,500. But
Yeah.
if we find anything more detailed than that, now that we got an actual year, we'll chime in on it.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
All right, that's all right. Now earlier, I was telling Dave about my unopened model kit that I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a 1950s Henry J.
Henry J.
Henry J.
Mm-hmm.
It was given to me by a gentleman that we were talking, and he found out that my very first car was a 1951 Henry J, which was made by Kaiser Fraser,
Yeah.
and it's an unopened kit.
You know that 169 I told you?
Yeah.
Well, here's one open Phillips got that you're not going to like what the
I
price
got
is.
I got a promo, actually.
Yeah.
A 51 Kaiser Henry J promo,
Yeah.
$175.
$175.
Buy it now.
That's not bad.
And another 51 promo, 14 bids at $168.
Well,
I was
well,
all over that one.
here's a model kit sealed, $60.
60, huh?
No, 51.
No, that's what I have, a sealed kit.
Yeah.
But it was given to me.
Hey,
you know,
$60?
That's $60.
That's $60.
Got,
Yeah.
got another
You'd
call.
actually have to go to work for a couple hours to make $60, Harry.
Yeah, it would. Several hours. Oh, let's see what we got here. You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Yes, sir. I got a couple things I want to ask you about.
Okay.
I've got it's a fold-up flyer from Chevrolet 1956, and it shows several of the new Chevys coming out
Oh, it's the
in 56.
Promotional flyer for it.
promotional flyer. Yeah, we're looking it up right now.
Yeah, they.
Okay.
There's a
There's
pretty,
about 8 cars on it, I think. It folds up. It's like brand new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 56?
Yeah, the new 56 is coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
there should be a pretty good market because
56
people
model.
really like the 56 Chevy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's perfect shape.
That's something you frame up
I've
and hang
got
on the wall.
the only thing that comes up around that is a 33, and it sold for $23.
Okay.
He's got
Okay.
New
all
Chevrolet,
the models.
right?
That's
Yeah,
got
this-
I'd rather frame it and keep it for that price. It's too pretty.
Well,
yeah. Well, this is a different year though.
This only
so-
has one on it.
Yeah.
Yours has got, all of them, you said. So we
Yeah.
just don't see one on here.
Yeah. Then I've got
They
a.
worth
You're
more
talking about
than
a
that, for
Kaiser.
sure.
I got one from a 1953 or 54 Kaiser.
Yeah?
I got one from a DeSoto, and I got one from another old car I can't think of that they hadn't made in 100 years.
That
Might be
DeSoto
Studebaker. I
business.
can't remember.
Yeah, it's.
But the 3 I've got framed because they're pictures of the actual car.
Yeah, that's the way to have
and-
them. Spring them up.
And they're beautiful. They're on black mat. It looks like they're drawed on, so I don't know if it's they ever made the car or not.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't see those. Those are, like I say, those. I think though you're falling into rare stuff that's
Harder. A
doesn't.
lot harder.
It
to
doesn't
find
get
them.
sold often enough to
You don't
to
sell
come up. Yeah.
There wasn't
I
that.
found these rolled up in an old store down in Mulberry.
I'll be done. There wouldn't have been that many
And-
of those,
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
find.
Yeah. Well, I got pictures. If somebody wants to see them, I'd like to find out more about them.
Yeah,
Well,
well, you could send them to us
Hey,
here.
I have a
Email 'em.
Facebook, David Pennington Facebook. Send me
Yeah.
some of those pictures to my Facebook, and we'll put them on.
Okay. What's your?
Just
You wanna text me your?
it's not just go to you. Do you do Facebook?
No, but my wife does.
Just tell her to go to Facebook and search David Pennington and
Okay.
You
send her
can
friend
post 'em.
request, and I'll tell her I'll do it, and then you can start putting some of that stuff on my
Yeah.
Facebook page.
She can
Okay,
post
her
them
name
right
is
on.
Connie. So when you get one from Connie, it'll go
Okay.
through.
All right.
Thank you, David.
All right.
Thank you, folks.
All right.
Bye bye.
Thank you for
Thank
calling.
you. Hey, we're going to have to take another quick break here. We'll
Hey,
be
you
right,
got some
be
good
right
stuff
back.
there.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back, fellas.
All right, now we're going to talk about just some regular model cars now.
Hey, we was talking about some brochures stuff. I tell you what I just found. You remember the '78 Corvette? They had that pace car.
Sure.
Here's an actual GM build sheet, and they're asking $500 just for the build sheet.
The build sheet.
Wow.
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 But you remember the pace car was a big deal. Everybody.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had the
Everybody
silver
wanted those pace
anniversary.
cars.
I bought it, and then the next thing I know, they come out with a pace car. You know? And then remember, it went up like 50 and 60,000. It was going to be the best investment you ever had. Now you can buy
Bomb cheap now.
15 or 16,000 right now.
Yeah.
And that's one that don't have no miles on it.
Wow.
Oh, well. All right, well, let's see. We got, so topping our list of model cars is this hand-built one that somebody made. It's a 1932 Ford T25 Indy Model GT race car, F1. Historically accurate, rare, real tulip wood bodied race car with copper chassis, high-end investment grade, and he goes into the detail of all of the things he did to build it. And it's somebody who was serious. This thing is beautiful too.
It is.
And it sold for $1,250.
But that's a European there because the steering wheel's on the right-hand side.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I can say is that's a whole lot of whittling.
That is.
Yeah.
What you say, Eric?
It was strips, tulip wood strips with, he said, like hundreds of rivets or something in that little thing. Yeah.
Good grief.
Here is a lot here of Toyama Fujima Hasagawa model car lot. $1,000 was to buy it now for that. So it looks like about 30 model cars.
You need to go vintage model car.
Hey, listen to this here. Original 1937 Chevrolet literature brochure slanted towards female drivers.
Oh.
$40. Now they've realized a long time ago you need those women in there driving cars.
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Here's a Poacher Alfa Romero 8C 2300 Monto car kit. Went for $700 was to buy it now. And this is one of those, I guess, a European roadster sports car kind of deal. Here is a rare vintage AMT 3 race car modeling set, Lotus Willard Jammer Dragster, complete in box. They wanted $900 for it, but they got somewhere between $620 and $700.
Well, that's some money for a little model car.
Yeah.
Still decent money for a model car kit. Yeah. Here is a Poacher K80. It's a 1935 Mercedes-Benz 500K Sports Roadster model car kit. 9 bids on that, $620.
Hey, Philip.
Yeah.
You want to buy a 50 Chevrolet brochure? They got a 2-door hardtop here.
Oh, yeah?
It's Skyline, Fleet Line. Excellent. $35.
$35.
Considering they gave those things away.
Exactly, yeah.
And produced thousands of them.
Yeah, and had stacks of them in the deal.
Yeah. That's
Here's a
Cases of them.
1970 Dodge Demon 340 model, plastic model car kit, sealed in the box, Mopar. 13 bids on that went for $510. Man.
Hey, Howard, do you remember how much those kits was when we was kids? They couldn't have been a whole lot.
$1.98, $2.98.
Would they have been that high?
I was thinking when I was a
just
kid.
guessing.
Now, when I was a kid, I was thinking they was like $5.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
They
I
were-
think they were.
like in the
Well,
I remember
70s.
being-
You know, another thing about those model kits too. When I was let's see, high school, well maybe 7th grade, 6th grade, I had a paper route. Delivered newspapers, and the newspaper would have a promotion trying to get new customers. And if you got 5 new customers for your route, you got a model kit. You could choose from a little catalog. And we went crazy because there were several of us that all had routes, newspaper routes that I knew. And we would go out and beat the bushes to get somebody to sign up.
So you come up with a bunch of models.
So we could get a car or an airplane or
yeah.
a ship model, whatever we were into. So.
That was a good idea for the company.
But nowadays, kids aren't interested in that. And of course, when was the last time you saw a kid deliver newspapers?
A couple of years,
Long time ago.
How many people even
I do
use newspapers
have a couple of
anymore?
60s bicycles
Uh-huh.
that still got the little
bag on 'em?
the little metal luggage racks.
To
You
put,
know,
they
yeah.
put the papers
and I
in.
got the bags too.
Yeah, we used to have a newspaper bag you hang
Yeah.
over. It had the name of the paper, and you
Yeah.
put your paper.
Yeah,
And-
I think this one says Banner, Tennessean or something on it.
Yeah, I hated Sunday mornings because the paper was so thick, so you couldn't take all your papers, and you'd have to.
Oh, really?
Make
Yeah,
two
go
trips.
back.
You'd
Yeah.
make two trips. Have to come back to the house and get the rest of your route because the papers were so
You
thick
had to
and
really
heavy.
do some pedaling on
Evidently,
Sundays, didn't
these two brothers done pretty good because both of them put speedometers on their bicycles.
Oh boy!
So you know they did good.
Yeah.
You got
They had
any more model
accessories.
kits?
I've got
You got tons of them.
a 65 Pontiac GTO.
Oh, that's a good
Oh, that's a good one.
17 bids on that, $499.
Ooh,
I,
well,
I love that body style.
that's a pretty
Yeah.
car.
That's
That's
a
a
nice-
nice car.
And here's a built one. That was in the box, by the way. This is a
Okay.
built 1977 Dodge Royal Monaco station wagon.
Ooh,
And it's built
It's got
and looks
wood on
beautiful.
the side.
Yes, it's the woody side. 10 bids on that. $494.98.
See, some station wagons are worth some money, Howard.
yeah. How about
Those
that?
old Woodies.
Here's one that's built. Is a 1977 Dodge Royal Monaco Coupe. 9 bids, $455. Here's a built one. Another one, 1962 Pontiac number 22 Fireball. Roberts Stevens Pontiac. No, it's a race car.
NASCAR Fireball
Yeah.
Roberts was a famous racer.
Oh, okay. And it says this is adult built. 35 bids on that, $454.
Wow.
It's very nicely done. Yeah.
Yeah, some of those model builders, they did a wonderful job.
A lot of them were just aimed at adults. you
Yeah,
know,
well,
but
yeah,
they had
that's true.
sections just for adult builder and adult collectors.
Here's a pro built
Oh well.
1970 Ford LTD Country Squire station wagon. 12 bids, $412.
For a station wagon, Howard.
Think of all the models
People
I had
bidding
over the
against
years.
each other
They're
for
gone.
You ain't no
1970.
telling how many dollars you'd have today.
I know.
You know, when I was growing up, though, what we wanted was like the 57 Ford, the 57 Chevrolet,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
that stuff. And then when we build it, then we would promptly wreck it somehow
Yeah,
by
just
running it.
attach
or-
rockets to
You know,
the side
attach
and
rocket,
stuff,
blow
yeah.
it up. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of those models are just scarce, you know.
Yeah.
Can't-
You're exactly right.
Collectors are holding them.
Hey, it
why you
makes
don't
me want
see
to go
'em.
out and hunt some.
Yeah, we're about out of time, fellas.
Well, how much time we got?
About 35 seconds.
All right, now, give them a deal of a lifetime.
That
you go.
snuck up on me. I'm
Here's
sorry.
a Dodge Rebellion funny car dragster kit in the box. 4 bids, $375.
Wow.
That's a pretty cool looking one too.
All right, looks like that's about it for today, folks. We'll be back to next week.
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
You might
Next week for more Let's Talk.